So Ken, for 2 weeks, we've been talking about having this really, really important top 5.
It's easy, right?
Your favorite subject on the pod, all right?
This championship time. This championship time right here.
Let me see what you got.
I'm going to win this top 5. Y'all know I've won 7 consecutive top 5s. And I'm getting ready to win this one too. But you got to go. You made me go first last time. Yeah, you did. You made me go first.
You whispering. What's up?
What is it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, all right, Greg said we ain't even talk about, say what we talking about. All right, this is the top 5 point guards of all time. All right. All right, big fella, I know you're watching. All right, let's go. Who goes first? Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn to go first.
Because I keep saying it was my. All right. Number 5. Woo, boy, I got the smoke for you tonight, dog. Again, dog. Listen. I know. It's
all hype.
Hey, man. Y'all just don't know how much Ken is looking forward to this. Number 5, with 10,977 assists. Now, let me tell you about criteria. So, let me get my thing off since Ken gonna try to run game. Point guards are supposed to be able to run an offense, assist, score points, and play defense. Half of the folks on Ken's list don't play defense and don't score points, or maybe, don't even do a lot of assists either. All right, so number 5, Chris Paul with 10,977 assists, averaged 18 points in his career. They call him the point guard. Mama, don't get offended. That's just what people use. They say people call him God. What's up, God? Peace, God. So my number 5, Chris Paul, North Carolina boy from where he went to Wake Forest, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Shout out to him, all the HBCUs. What's up?
I mean, that's, man,
oh, he's speechless. All right.
Man, we said top 5 point guards in history, man.
No, he's number 3 on the list of assists.
All right, man. My number 5, man. My number 5. And somebody, y'all might disagree with this, man, because Jay done got y'all confused and got your headache and everything. But look, man. AI.
Oh, my God.
AI. 4-time NBA scoring champ. 3-time. On the defensive side, NBA steals champ. 11-time NBA All-Star and 7 times All-NBA. Now, why do I say the dude was a monster on offense and defense, right? Like I said, he led the NBA in steals 3 times, right? But AI carried his team by himself, okay? I don't want y'all talking about somebody like Chris Paul got 18 All-Stars on every team he's been on. AI carried that team by himself to the championship. No question about it. Could be higher. AI in my top 5, man. And y'all robbed him of a couple years of his career on top of that. AI, top 5.
You finished or you done?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay, all right. So number 4, Jason Kidd, 11,842 assists. He like number 2 on the assist leaders list. Averaged 13 points a game. That's why he's not higher up on my list. Played great defense. That's right. That's why he's not higher up on my list. And he won 1 championship with the Dallas Mavericks. Took 2 those Nets teams to back-to-back finals. I know you remember that, LG. That's when they were the New Jersey Nets and not the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to J. Kidd, that guy. Yeah, and let me say this about J. Kidd. I'm sorry. J. Kidd was the man. You remember when he played in California and he was the man? Everybody was talking about J. Kidd, and he was the man, dog. You don't remember that?
Man, yeah, J. Kidd a little too stiff to make all this, man. You gotta have flexibility. You gotta be able to bend over, and stretch and all that, man. Use your arms. You gotta have longer arms than that, too, man. Them dinosaur arms will hurt you, man. Number 4 on my list is undeniable. The great Isaiah Thomas is my number 4. Top 10 in assists in NBA history. One of the all-time leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons. Took him to 2 rings, but it's all about leadership, scoring, assists, being a well-rounded player, but you got to have that thing inside this right here. That's what Isaiah Thomas had inside, man. Number 4 on my list, Isaiah Thomas. No question.
All right, that's strong. He's a little low on your list. Shout out to Steph Curry, number 3. 4-time champion. That's first. 4-time champion. 5,388 assists, right? averages 24 points a game. Now, here's the thing about Steph. Steph, while he may not be regarded like all the time as like one of the greatest point guards ever, even though this is a top 5 for that, he jumps up my list because, of course, his number of championships, but also when it's all said and done, we had 2 conversations about this on a couple of pods ago, that he may be regarded as one of the greatest NBA players to ever play in the league. And he got a lot of runway left. He looking real spry. You know what I mean? I got 2 people from Carolina boys. He's from Charlotte. Shout out to Steph Curry. That's number 3 on my greatest point guard list.
My number 3 is the Big O.
Okay.
The Big O.
Who is that?
Oscar Robertson.
Oh, he played in black and white TV.
He played in black and white TV, but let me tell you what, he was a 9-time All-Star.
Okay.
But let me tell you about this dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, snap.
First 5 years in the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Robertson
Yeah.
had averaged a triple-double.
That's crazy.
For 5 years, that body was a triple-double. This dude was a scoring, rebounding, and assist machine. If you want to go look back at some real basketball, a brother who could do it all every single night,
Yeah.
the Big O, man, that's my number 3. Can't fight it, man. I know it's back in the day. I know a lot of young folks not familiar with the Big O, but the Big O, my number 3 point guard of all
All right,
time.
let's see. Black and white TV making the list. All right, Zeke, man. Zeke, number 2. First of all, 2-time champion, back-to-back. For real, man. Now, you start talking about a point guard. Point guard is supposed to do a lot of things. Zeke could play defense. I ain't talking about regular defense. I'm talking about he played back when they punched you in the face, they tripped you, they held your jersey, they did all kind of stuff dirty to you. Ask Magic Johnson, ask Michael Jordan. So he came up when they played real basketball. He from south side of Chicago. He could score. I think he averaged like 18 points a game. My bad, 19 points a game. That's almost 20. Leader on the bad boy Pistons. Michael Jordan's nemesis. Michael Jordan can't stand that dude to this day. I'm stuttering. I'm so hyped about that. Dog, number 2 on my list, bad boy, Zeke, Isaiah Thomas.
You got Zeke a little too high because the number 2 is my man Steph Curry, our homeboy.
Wow.
You know, I think he's an 8-time NBA All-Star already.
Okay.
I think the 3-point all-time 3-point scoring champion in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And he got 4 rings already.
Already, though.
And still working on it. And I want y'all to forget. Look, it's funny because you all are talking about LeBron and his rings and still working on. Steph still working on it for real.
For real.
And he might get him another one next year.
Bro, I'm trying to figure it out.
I ain't talking about in no bubble either.
Well, relax.
Yeah, I ain't talking about in no bubble.
Relax.
And what I'm saying is this, too, he ain't begging KD to come play for his team either.
he already begged KD. So just go ahead.
Let's get this straight.
He flew to the Hamptons, got on a private jet and flew
back, realized he made a mistake and
got rid of him. Get going.
Made a mistake and got rid of him and still won a ring without him. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Okay.
So he ain't begging for KD to come back. Don't need nobody to join the team. He good. Because what Steph does, he makes everybody else around him better. But if they don't get better, he'll handle it himself. And that's what I like about Steph right now. So Steph is my number 2.
That was good. I like that. It was good for the part how you did that.
Yeah.
All right, number 1. Listen, man, I don't know what we talking about. Dog, Irvin Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard ever to pick up a basketball. They call him Big Fella. They used to call him Buck. Dog, this dude was the man at Michigan State. Came in. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar it was pondering retirement. This dude came in, won him a championship, extended his career for about another 8 years. Let the man play until he was 42 years old. The magician who orchestrated Showtime. Dog, Magic Johnson, 5 NBA championships. I remember a time before Michael Jordan won a championship, and all my big homies, my big cousins, my big brother was like, yo, your boy cool with Michael Jordan, that is Air Jordan, but he ain't Magic. He got a long way before he get to Magic level. Magic got 5 championships. Shout out to Magic. I've interviewed Magic before. I met him with you, Ken. Shout out to Big Fella. You know I had to do it right.
All right, man, that's good stuff, man. But my number one is the man, that dude, my man Penny Hardaway.
Whatever.
No, my number one is Chauncey Billups. Big fella. You know, we've had a lot of good times with Mr. Johnson, as we call him, and like you say, 5 rings.
Yeah.
As a player, but let me say something else.
Yeah.
5 rings as an executive.
Yes, sir.
Got 10 of them. 3 times Finals MVP. When that light shone the brightest, he shone the brightest.
Yeah.
And that's how he handled his business. Meticulous, man, but great. Elevated his teammates, not only on the court, but off the court. He's a ray of sunshine. And his smile, filled arenas.
Yeah, man.
Bottom line is, and then as great a businessman.
Yeah.
And influence on the African American community as he was a player. So shout out to our boy, Irvin Magic Johnson. He definitely is the number one, and just the most wonderful person you would ever want to meet. I don't know how he stays so humble and nice, despite it all. I remember one time, and I know we got to roll out.
Yeah.
We were in Raleigh. I think we were in Raleigh or Chapel Hill somewhere. Grand Magic and I, and my thought was, man, when these crowds come around, give Mr. Johnson some room. Come on, y'all. Now, thousands of people, whenever we would go out somewhere, they just crowd around. And so me and Graham were new to the game with Mr. Johnson and new to hanging out with Magic. And we were somewhere taking care of some business, and here come the crowd.
Yeah.
Chapel Hill. We were in Chapel Hill. And I was like, now, everybody relax.
He's back.
You crowd, Mr. J. You crowd, Mr. J. He said, no, let me tell y'all something. I want to talk to everybody. And that's what he did, man. He wanted to give everybody access to him, give everybody a chance to have that moment with him, because he knew that would influence them for the rest of their lives. So I tell you, just a great man and a great person. In addition to the great things he achieved on the court and in the business arena. Just a great man. Incredible
life, bro. Like, incredible life.
Can we do these honorable mentions?
Yeah, we got to, man. It's my turn. So you all right, so my first honorable mention, I got to show some respect. John Stockton is my honorable mention. He had 15,806 assists. He's the number one. He's the leader, assist leader, all time in the NBA. So I had to show some love. He averaged I don't even know how much he averaged. Maybe like 13 points. He had Karl Malone there, but I gotta at least say that he's the assist leader. I gotta at least put him on honorable mentions.
All right, so I've got my 2. I'm gonna put together.
I got one more, but go ahead.
Steve Nash and John Stockton. I'm going to put them together. All right? Because we got to.
Do you feel you sound just like me? Like, we got to say something.
Put them on, give them props. Shaq still hurt off what Steve Nash did to him with them MVPs.
Yeah.
I give him props, but me and LG were talking about this earlier. Like, if you know how you usually be out there on the court, you picking your 5, right?
Yeah.
And then you get down to your last 2, and you got Allen Iverson and Steve Nash over there. That ain't no decision.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't quite get it, but I know they're great assist guys, great all-around players. They did elevate their team, so I'm going to give them props. But, now if we picking, our teams, like, and it get down to AI or John Stockton or AI or Steve Nash or Chris Paul or either one of them, there ain't really no decision for me. I mean, if I'm trying to get my best 5 and win a game in Woolin Gym or something. So I'm just letting you know that. I'm just trying to be real on that. That's all.
All right, my next honorable mention, Big O, man. Listen, Big O had 9,887 assists. But it's what you said, Ken. That boy averaged a triple-double. Now, let me say this. The amazing thing about it is that record, like, nobody averaged a triple-double again for like 40-something years until Russell Westbrook did it. So, man, Big O, shout out to him with his, making our list for honorable mentions. I got a new thing, though. You got anything else on? All right, LG, I got another subject. Another segment I want to add to this not top 5. It's called Not Top 5. I got somebody that needs to be on a not top 5.
Westbrook.
No, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. You take away his tattoos and his cornrows, and that's Chauncey Billups. So listen, that boy didn't play no defense. Only thing he did is score. Hold on, watch out. You go get this
top
show.
3 and
This show. You gonna get the talk, dog. So listen, he didn't play no defense.
Craziness.
He was under 50% from the field. He took 27. He took 100 shots to score his points. He could score. He didn't get anybody else in the game involved. He barely had any assists. He ain't even on the list. It was on the top leaders. He ain't even in the top 20. I don't even know where he is, dog. So when we talking about top 5 for point guards, he don't even have all the qualifications to be in the conversation, dog. It's crazy. It's just because he was revolutionary because he looked like. Let me say one more thing. He the Tupac of the NBA. He could do one thing, and that was score. And that way, everybody people liked it because he looked good and he talked junk, and that was all he did. That's why they liked the Tupac of the NBA.
I don't get the thing about not playing defense.
You gotta play defense as a point guard.
He led the NBA in steals for 3 years. You steal the ball on defense.
He stole the ball. He never made.
He was the NBA leader in steals.
Did he make any all defense teams?
I don't know, but he did. He did lead the NBA in steals for 3 years.
I don't think he didn't make any all defense teams.
The bottom line is, I think AI was at a disadvantage because of the teams that he was on because he had to carry them. He had to do everything. But what's interesting, if you go back and start polling NBA players about their top 5 or top 10 point guards, you routinely hear them talk about AI. Mm-hmm. But that's because they have the respect for him and his game, despite the fact that he was surrounded by players that weren't quite of a magnitude of what some of these other dudes had. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have the flexibility to do certain things. So what I hear most of the time when y'all go back and look at some of the interviews from some of the other players, like Shaq and Kobe and them, you'll hear them talk about how great AI was. But he had a disadvantage, and that disadvantage is his GMs. And matter of fact, you read some of the stories, that's what they say. He was laced with terrible GMs who didn't surround him with the talent that he needed so that he didn't have to do everything every time he stepped out on the court. So I think he's a great player. And like I said, if I'm trying to pick somebody on my team, AI gonna get on my squad before a lot of people would.
I know Graham looked up some information and I want to see what he says. This is my thing. This is why I call him the Tupac of the NBA. Because of his look, because of him being revolutionary in all the things that he did, all of his appearance and wanting to be a rapper and, just wearing the gold chains and a big t-shirt. He was the appeal of him, the star power of him was what made people appeal to him. Like you ask people right now, like who's the greatest rapper of all time? When we talked about that, even though we didn't do a top 5, you said Pac. But we all know, like most people that listen to rap, that Pac he only kind of had like one flow and things of that nature. So when you look at all the qualities, it comes to being a great rapper. He didn't feel all of those. Same thing with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson wasn't that great at defense, no matter what LG says in just a second. He scored a lot of points, but his assists are super low. I don't even know like how can you be a point guard and not get others involved? The last thing I'll say, Chris Paul. He did both. He averaged almost 20 points a game. He's number 2 on the all-time assist leaders list, and he ain't have a lot of talent around him. He's not winning a championship.
He had a whole lot more talent than what AI.
Where? What team?
AI didn't have any talent.
What team? The Clippers?
I'm just talking about with AI, with them terrible. I mean, it's a known fact.
No, I agree with you.
They criticize the GMs around AI for not surrounding.
But I'm saying that don't hold him back from being a great point guard.
This guy was an 11-time NBA All-Star
because he scored a lot.
No, man, this is a great player.
And fans vote on it.
And scoring is a part of it.
I know, but I'm saying this is a top 5 list of point guards, and there's other elements. When you think of it, Ken, You played enough point guard to know. And we don't have to downhill about AI. We already did our top 5. I'm just saying that when it comes to being a point guard, I done been in the gym with you. You know that as a point guard, you need to be able to assist and run the offense, bro. You can't just go out there and shoot and jack up shots. And then on top of that, he was only like, he was below 50% from the field. So not only is he taking all the shots, he missing more than half of his shots. And I know you don't respect that.
No, I do, and I respect it just like the other players in the NBA respected AI because of what he accomplished, despite what he was surrounded with. Because when you are 11 times All-NBA and a 7 times NBA All-Star, you have to be good at the point guard position, and he was. So
it didn't like his tattoos, dog. They liked his tattoos.
No, come on, man. You don't make the you don't.
I'm not even capping, dog. I'm for real.
You're not an 11-time NBA All-Star off tattoos. Come on, I know you're not saying that.
I'm saying.
Come on, man. You have to clarify that. Man.
Okay, let's clarify it then. Let's be 100. I'm talking to Attorney Ken Harris. It is the combination of his star power, meaning when I say the tattoos, I'm minimalizing it, but let's look at it in a bigger picture. Because of his tattoos in a time where that was revolutionary in the NBA, because of how cool he was, because of people he hung around, like all the popular rappers in New York and across the country. And then
I agree with all that, but that didn't make him an all-star in the NBA.
Okay.
I don't see the relationship.
The relationship is, Attorney, is that the fans vote on that. So star power and popularity plays a large part in who's voted into the All-Star game.
I said 7 times All-NBA.
Okay, All-NBA. And he scored.
So you saying the GMs,
and he scored.
You saying the GMs voted for him because he had tattoos?
No, I'm saying that the fanfare contributed to that.
I'm just asking. He made
and his popularity amongst players attributed to that.
How many steals did his tattoos get?
Because
he led the NBA in steals 3 times.
Steals is like what, 1.5, 2.5 a game? Come on, Rock.
Come on, dog. Man. He led the NBA in steals.
And he had scoring title.
Michael Jordan even now gets props for leading the NBA.
But that's not the number one thing we talk about with Michael Jordan.
But you combine that with the other things, the guy was also a scorer. So he played both sides of the floor. Mm-hmm. He was playing on offense, scoring, and he was playing on defense, and he was a great guy in terms of steals. That's offense and defense. That's what we call a two-way play.
Can't stop. He's not. You being a super lawyer right now.
No, you
being super lawyer.
Not at all.
The thing that you're highlighting.
I didn't invent that stat about steals.
I know, but I'm saying, but you're highlighting it because you're trying to make that thing a thing that is a footnote when we talk about the best players.
You leave the NBA in steals as a footnote.
Yes. When we talk about Michael Jordan, listen. When we talk about Michael Jordan, do we say, Michael Jordan had all these steals? We don't even talk about him being a great defensive player. We talk about how many championships he won, his scoring ability, and being a great leader, how many MVPs he won. We don't talk about Michael Jordan. Sure had a lot of steals. Come on, Rob.
All right, man. Ain't nothing I can say now. You said that's a footnote.
All right, I'm sorry, Grant.
Steals, but anyway.
Well, I mean, he won defensive college player of the year twice.
He was a great defensive player.
Come on, man.
On the all defensive team in the NBA, but they saying they were criticizing the way
he sped past that real quick.
No, but listen to what he's saying. Criticizing
the way that they actually get the voting on all defensive teams.
Y'all shooting a lot of bail, man, when it comes to whether or not, you know what I'm saying, why he didn't do this, that, and the third. He was a great scorer, man. He was an amazing scorer. He was a little guy. I'm sure.
And then we can say, man, if you're saying being the NBA all first leading the NBA in steals is a footnote.
That is a footnote. I ain't never heard you mention nothing about that man having any other players that we talked about. You talk about, man, he had a whole bunch of steals. Now come on.
Yeah.
All right, but that's top 5. You good on top 5? I just had to say that about your boy AI.
Yeah. We good.
Okay, man. Graham, is it time to go? Well, Rock, all right, man. I know.
Man, all you AI fans, man, y'all leave J Hill alone, man. Y'all, he done called him the Tupac of the NBA. Y'all leave J Hill alone, man. And he done put down Tupac and AI on one pod. Y'all leave the brother alone, man. Leave the brother alone.
Hey, man, I don't want no. Hey, I ain't worried about the AI fans. The Tupac fans, I don't want no smoke. I'm good, dog.
Man. Next is Biggie and Shaq. All right, man. We'll leave him alone, man.